Okay, so after many years of doing demos of various guitars and acts, effects ears and other amps and things, about a year ago, last February, February night 18, I took up keyboards, and it kind of went from I want to learn piano, and then I extended it with a synth action board as well, and then a synth module. It's kind of grown, so I thought it was about time I showed around this. Now, as I said, I've been playing a year. I don't think I'm doing too bad for a year, but I am by no means a pianist. So it is what it is. Here we go. So the rig is, on the bottom I have an RD2000 stage piano, 88 note weighted action. Above that I have FA07, again a Roland, which is a synth action workstation. I've got an Ovation Peak synth module and a little mixer to pre-mix everything. So the Roland has 8 voices per patch. I've actually only really got 2 patches set up. The second is specifically for organ. We'll go through that in a minute. But basically I've got 8 patches. Each of these zones, as they call them, can be red, which means it's playing an internal sound, or I can shift it and it'll go green and it's playing an external sound. And patch 1 to 8 is corresponding to MIDI channel 1 to 8. So from this, the Novation Peak always runs on channel 3. One on here is disabled apart from the organs when I'm playing the particular organ patch. Number 2 on the FA actually plays part 2 on the Roland and is the organ sound within this main patch. But I can layer 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 from the FA onto the RD, and I can play the RD from the FA. So sound wise, on 1 we've got the main piano, which is kind of etc. On 2 I have kind of a vintage, that's the organ sound I was talking about, but actually I control it via the RD. Benefit of doing that is I've still got access to the sliders, which can be used as a drawbar. So I select drawbar, I can go foot pedal to switch the rotary synth, a switch for chorus and rotary, and one of the mod wheels for distortion. Now, I talked about having a specific organ patch. On patch 2, I've actually got organ on the lower one, and so I'm using 2 different organ sounds on the 2 zones. This one is pitch shifted, so I can play with the left hand and the right hand. So you can actually get kind of and on one on here I've got one of the FA's organ sounds. actually got 3 different organ sounds: the FA, an RD pad, another RD patch, and I can play it. Told you I wasn't very good, but that's how that works. So going back onto the main patch, so on bank 3 I've got Rhodes. I've got a more modern kind of SA piano on 4. To keep the RD sound for more keyboard sounds with a couple of layers. 5's a bit different, it's a mallet. So then 5 I've got choir. 7 is a pad. And 8 is a string. They're not fabulous on them. They're okay, but for layering they're quite. Yeah, bring in the choir as well. So that's that one. So on the FA, 1 is just used for the organ sounds, but it doesn't have anything on this patch because I don't want to play the piano from. 2 is the organ, 3 is an ovation, which we'll do in a minute. So 4, it's just a basic pad. The FA is really quite good at orchestral stuff with the orchestral add-on downloaded and basic pads. Modulation, matrix and real-time control's not his forte, but just a nice basic, it's quite nice. Then the next row, 5, 6, 7, 8 are kind of stringy. Starts with kind of a JP string. Well, that's not working. That's got a little phaser on it. One. I don't know why that's not working. Interesting. Okay, we'll skip that for now. Something's gone wrong. I've been playing and something's happened. So then 7 is a kind of string, but it's a paddy string. It's very much a. Let me do that. Might help. Quite a stabby string, and 8 is more of a. And I can layer those, so if I wanted to use those strings rather than the RDs, I could layer them both actually, so you got a bit of both. As opposed to its own sounds. So yeah, that's that. So the next row is kind of orchestral stuff. Brassy thing. Top row is all more synthy stuff, so we're quite modern ravey. got a synthy brass. And then we got a couple of synthy. I've also got a chorus and delay I can put on that. Similarly, basic synth patch. Again, I can put a chorus and a delay on it. So that's basically where the FA sits. Now there's hundreds of stuff on the AA. There's a programmable arpeggiator, there's a sequencer. I can use a programmable arpeggiator to arpeggiate the Rolands, the RD sounds and the Novation sounds. The Novation has an arpeggiator, it's quite a basic one, so it's kind of, if you want basic, I use that one. It's more real-time controllable, but it doesn't have the programmable steps. There we go, there's the JP80 string sound that was missing. And the Roland pad, the RD pad, is actually like an Oberheim. So if you want to, you can layer both of those together. You get more, you get kind of a, get the right patch, you get a kind of a with a nice sparkly piano. Okay, so then you get, from there you get your Novation. Now I can play this either by choosing pad 3 here, or indeed by external 3 on here. Plays the same thing. I'm going to play it on here, but it's just real-time control is fabulous because it's proper synth. So that is just one patch. I don't want to go through a Novation Peak demo. You can do that if you want to, but it's all about how it all works together. So you can, should you wish to, layer all 3 from one board. So you could put the piano on here. You could then put that Novation patch on it. You can do that. I'm going to use this one here. You can come. And then you could put the JP8 pad on, and you could put the choir on. Sorry, let's put the choir on and put them. Try to get them all balanced.